Are you guys ready for KASPA'S KRC-20 live beta launch number 2? Let's jump right on into it. All right, guys, so KASPA'S price today is sitting at 16.71 cents, and we are up 0.4% for the day. Now, the whole market's green today, for the most part, and over the last few days, we've had some pretty good price movement. Now, I want to show you guys something before we get into the KRC-20 talk. Now, take a look at KASPA'S chart here on TradingView. I want to point out where we were sitting and what the price did the last time KRC-20 beta went live on mainnet. So the date was June 30th. And if we come down here, we will see that that was roughly right about here. This was the week prior. This was the week of. See this red candle when the launch technically failed. But in the weeks leading up, we had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 week period where KASPA was reaching new all-time highs in that 8th week, right before the launch. If we take it from the bottom here, you had counting the wick there, you had an 86.6% move, which is huge in the matter of 8 weeks. So that's a 2-month period. Now, I don't know that there's as much crazy excitement this time around. I know there's plenty of excitement, but what I'm trying to say is last time it was brand new and it was the first of the first, and we had never experienced it before on KASPA. Everyone's super excited, and then it failed. There was issues, and they had to go back offline for a while and further their testing. So this time around, nobody really knew when it was going to go live, right? Up until a couple days ago. So the excitement was just kind of not there. It was boring. We knew it was coming at some point, potentially this month, but we didn't know exact date. And everybody was kind of just like, yeah. As soon as we get the news, then we'll, go from there. Well, we got the news a couple days ago, and so far, we've gotten a 14% rally. So I imagine if the live beta launch goes good this time around, we're going to see some more price action to the upside. And time will tell on that. But another thing I wanted you guys to look at here was the last 2 run-ups I have marked out here. And we've done some videos on this in the past. But typically, you've got a huge run-up of 2 or 3 or 4 weeks. And then that will break into price discovery. And then what you'll see is you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 weeks of sideways action to the downside, roughly, before we see the next breakout of another 3 weeks where you get another huge candle all the way up to new all-time highs again. And then what you see here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 weeks before you start the next uptrend. And this one took a little bit longer, and it wasn't quite as straight up, I guess you could say, as previous, but we still got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rally. And we topped out there at 19.2 cents, which was just barely above our previous all-time high. Now, then we had another couple of weeks that went down, and then we made new all-time highs again. 2 weeks later, we've got our new all-time high at about 19.91, roughly, almost up to 20 cents. And from this last large green candle here, if we count the weeks prior to that, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're now in the 11th week, and typically the 12th week is when we start the next rally. Now, I don't know if this is going to play out again, obviously. We're speculating here, but it's done it twice before, and maybe we see it again as we draw our third triangle here. We'll see what happens here, but with these past triangle patterns playing out and KRC-20 about to launch, and then we've also got, tier 1 exchange listings that are potentially right around the corner, I imagine that we're going to see our next run-up in price, probably to new all-time highs again, pretty soon. All of this stuff culminating together all at one time, brewing kind of a major storm of excitement, I imagine we're going to see something fairly soon here as far as good price action. So what I really want to talk about today, moving on here from trading view, is KRC-20. And I've had some people ask me if I can explain to them what KRC-20 is because they're new to the market. So anybody who's been with me for a while or in the market for a while, bear with me as I just really quickly explain what KRC-20 is. They're basically inscriptions that are a simpler version of smart contracts built on top of the KASPA block DAG. So Bitcoin has the same scenario where they have BRC-20 tokens, and what they are is inscriptions, a very simple smart contract that is an light-weighted smart contract that is built on top of Bitcoin, and KASPA is now doing the same thing with the KRC-20 standard. Native smart contracts are a little bit more in-depth and a little bit more heavy as far as the code that's needed in order to build those. So those are coming in the future. But what happened was KASPA'S, which is a company not affiliated with KASPA or the main team, but have worked with a couple of the main team members to kind of cement this and get this going in the right direction, have launched inscription-based smart contracts onto the KASPA block DAG. And what that's going to allow is for developers to start building on top of KASPA, whether it be meme coins. We have some that are out and about in the atmosphere now, and you'll get some utility projects as well. New wallets, dexes, so that you can trade KRC-20 tokens back and forth and store them, buy them, sell them, trade them. And so it's basically, in a nutshell, just a simpler, lighter code version where you inscript code onto the network and create a lighter version of a smart contract onto KASPA'S block DAG. So in a nutshell, that's basically what it is. In order to mint these tokens that are going to now be launched again on the next live beta on the mainnet on Sunday, which is 3 days from now, there is now a few different ways that you can potentially do that. I am going to go over the way that I am going to mint, the original way, and in my opinion, the most simple way. So what you're going to need is a Kasware wallet. Kasware is the wallet that originally first came out that supported KRC-20 tokens, and you can mint the tokens straight from that wallet. So I'm not going to go over how to set up a wallet in this video. When I have a video in the description down below explaining exactly how to set up and create a Kasware wallet. It's very simple. It's just an extension on your browser and very few steps to set up. So go ahead and watch that video. It's linked in the description down below if you need help doing that. Now, everybody who already has a Kasware wallet installed and set up and ready to go, I'm going to run through exactly how the minting process is going to go. And the first step we're going to do here, we're going to do it on the testnet because you can't do it on your mainnet wallet yet. So the first thing we're going to do is pull up our Kasware wallet. And what that's going to do is give you it's going to set you up in the mainnet and display however much KASPA you have in your wallet. What we're going to do now is actually go into the testnet because we're going to actually mint tokens. They're going to be fake tokens. They're not going to be real, but it's going to show you exactly what you need to do and how the process is going to go. So once you have your wallet pulled up, I want you to go down to the bottom right-hand corner here to the settings tab. And right here, it's going to tell you what network you're on. Network here says mainnet. We're going to click on that, and we're going to click, once we get inside there, to testnet 10, because this is the testnet that they are running the KRC-20 tokens on right now. So once we get into here, as you can see, I already minted some Nacho just to play around, but it's going to give you a fat 0 right here as far as KASPA in this wallet. So we need to put some KASPA in this wallet, and we're going to put some fake Testnet faucet KASPA in the wallet because we don't want to use our real KASPA in this wallet and mint some tokens that aren't worth anything. So head on over to faucet-testnet.kaspanet.io. I have it highlighted up here. Pause the video if you need to write that down or get a better look at it. Once you get onto their main page here, it's going to ask you for a wallet address, and you're just going to, now that you're in the testnet portion of your wallet here, you're going to click this receive button because you want to receive KASPA into the wallet, okay? And then underneath of the image here, you're just going to hit this button to copy your testnet address. And then down here, you're then going to paste your address into this box down here. You're going to tell them how much KASPA you want. Let's just do 100 KASPA again on the testnet. Then it's going to ask you to verify that you are a human being. Once they know you're a human, you hit the submit button, and you have successfully, or we have successfully sent 100 KASPA to the requested address. You can do as much as you want, I think. I don't know if there's a limit, low end or high end, but you don't need a whole lot of KASPA in order to do this, to practice. So pull up your wallet again, and you'll see now that I have 139 KASPA instead of just 39 that I had before. Now that you have your KASPA in your wallet, your fake KASPA, remember, it's fake, come down here to the bottom of the box in the center where the 4 squares are. You're going to click that. Then you're going to hit KRC-20 mint/deploy, and this screen will come up. Now you're just going to type in the ticker. So I did Nacho before. I'm going to do GOAD this time around. Okay? GOAD is the ticker, and you can do up to 1,000 transactions at a time. Right now, I'm just going to do 1 because we're practicing and I don't want to sit here for 30 minutes while all of the transactions confirm and go through. This will tell you your fee structure. I always typically just leave it on whatever it's on. You can do a smaller fee, but you're going to be kicked back in the algorithm to where you are going to get a slower mint time. So we're going to do 1 transaction for GOAD, and then we're going to hit next. It's going to give you a little bit of code here at the very bottom of the page. Down here, you're going to hit sign and pay. It's going to take a couple seconds here. It says it's minted successfully. And now looking down here, we have 300 GOAD in our wallet. Minting was successful. And you can do this for any of the KRC-20 tokens. You just got to find the ticker. And if you don't know the ticker of the item or the token that you want to mint, head on over to KASPA.org, and you can get any of the tickers for any of the tokens that you want to potentially mint over here. You can also look them up on their X page. And as of right now, it looks like there's only 41 total tokens. There used to be more than that, but a lot of them might have been scams and went away at some point. I don't know exactly, but it looks like as far as KASPA says, there's only 41 KRC-20 tokens, which are listed down here, so that you can go through and figure out which ones that you want to mint. So bringing this back up, when minting starts on Sunday, remember, make sure you go back down into the corner here, into your settings, and into your network, and make sure you go back onto mainnet so that you have your real KASPA here that you have potentially transferred into here. If you don't know how to transfer into here, I also have a video on how to transfer funds into this wallet down in the description below. So you want to make sure you're back in your mainnet wallet when you actually start minting tokens for real, and it's going to be the exact same setup as we just did, except for right now it just says no data when you click on this middle icon of the 4 squares down here. On Sunday, when it goes live, this in the mainnet will read exactly what it did when we were just playing around in the testnet. So that is exactly how you do everything, and it's very simple and it's very easy. I do want to caution everybody that some of these tokens could be scams. Some of them are probably not. We don't exactly know which ones are which yet. Now, there is some bigger names as of right now, like Nacho and Goad and Casper and a few others, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're reputable at this point in time, right? They've just been marketing for a number of months now, and we may or may not feel more comfortable with them because they've been in the public's eye for a little while. I want to stress to everybody that it is extremely important for, in my opinion, for any of these meme coins to get listed on centralized exchanges, because that is where the real money and the real liquidity comes in. And for some of you, it might be safer and a better route for your own personal situations to wait and see how all of this plays out before you decide to spend your hard-earned money on something that's very speculative at this point in time. Now, there is something to say to the fact of getting in early, right? Because if you get in on ground floor and you mint tokens on day one, then if you choose right and that token ends up being one of the more successful ones out of this ecosystem, then you are probably going to do extremely well as far as making a lot of money. But the double-edged sword there is we don't know which ones are actually going to be the successful ones at this point. And it may be none of the ones that are actually already ready. It could be some that come on board after the mainnet launches again for their live beta. So keep that in mind. And I think a smart move for anybody who's a little more conservative and doesn't want to potentially spend or waste money on something that might not do anything is to just sit back, watch the ecosystem, watch how things are going, and I would recommend once these projects start listing on centralized exchanges and you see which ones are paying for centralized exchanges, seem a little more serious about the liquidity aspect of things, then that might be when you want to jump in on a project once there's a little bit more trust and once there's a little bit more backing as far as exchanges listing them. So to everybody else who just wants to gamble, including myself, I'm going to be minting multiple different projects on Sunday. I may not even be doing it on Sunday. I may have to wait, and I may get screwed in that aspect, but I have a baby shower for my own child that I have to go to on Sunday, and that is more important to me than buying KRC-20 tokens at this point. Nonetheless, I still will be minting. It might not be on Sunday. We'll see how it goes. But I am a little bit more of a gambler's mindset in certain occasions, and I'm going to be minting some and hoping for the best. And so we will see what happens. But I do want to stress to everybody before I take off here is that we are sitting at the cusp right now of one of the most amazing times probably when we look back on that we're going to say in our lifetime, because we are in a project that is, in my opinion, the best project since Bitcoin, and in a lot of other metrics is following Bitcoin almost to a T, and we are in very early. All of the catalysts that are still in front of us, that some we know for sure are going to happen now, and some we're speculating, but we have a good feeling about them happening, I don't think can be sitting in any better position than we are right now. And we are at a point, like I said before, where we're going to look back on this and be like, this was one of the best times of our life and one of the best decisions that we ever made to help change our lives for the better financially. And I can't stress that enough. It is going to be from this point forward, an extremely fun ride up to the moon with all of you guys. And I can't wait for it. And I'm pretty sure you guys can't wait for it either. So in the meantime, before we get that next leg up, continue to pack your damn bags before it's too late. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.